Hey, what a do, baby boat. I got a really good video for you guys today. For those of you who don't know, I just finished up a coaching session. I just put out a couple of offers to you guys. I've just gotten done with all my replay analysis stuff. I would say that I have spent like at least 1,000 hours in regards to analyzing replays, not just my client's one, but my own replays and replays from YouTube and all that other shit. Analyzing gameplay, I would say at least 1,000. One particular realization happened recently. If we take out all of my bullshit talk, like, oh fucking, blame yourself and be scucks, or blame yourself, don't blame the teammates. Blah. If you take all that shit away, there is one thing that I've learned after analyzing all of these replays, and it is by far the biggest determinant and variable and factor that determines whether you win or lose a game of League of Legends. In the game of League of Legends, you would know that it's a snowball game. The reason why you are able to either win or lose the game is not dependent on anything else but a snowball effect. It starts really small. It starts from that CS lead that you get in lane, that turns into an item advantage, which turns into a trade advantage, so you can trade more easily, which turns into a kill advantage, which turns into a gold advantage, into an item advantage, and then you go to the other lanes and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and the snowball gets so big that you are able to win the game. There's a bunch of things that determine whether you're going to win or lose the game. There's CS lead, there's gold advantage, there's item advantage, there's vision advantage, there's heaps of advantages that you can get. And the number one determinant on the snowball that determines whether you're gonna win or lose the game. I can't speak English, bro. I'm so bad. The one determinant, most important factor that you need to know is these early skirmishes that happen early to mid game. After analyzing all of my clients' replays, the thing that I realized is that they lost the game within 15 minutes. It's usually around the 7-minute mark, 7 to 8-minute mark, and then sometimes if they don't have fights, it's around 15 minutes. So the question becomes, how can you lose a game so early? Or how can you determine that a game is lost within the first 8 minutes of the thing? It's because of these fights. These fights have the biggest influence on the gold advantage by far. I was analyzing a client's replay, and at one particular point the game was dead even. There was, it could go either way. It could go to his team or it could go to the enemy team. And then one fight happened that lasted less than 2 minutes. It was a long fight, it was prolonged. There was like one thing happened and then another thing happened, another thing happened. The whole interaction took less than 2 minutes. They lost the fight and a 4 to 5k gold lead occurred. And all of a sudden the game is decided then. Another story to bring this home is that I was watching Apdo play. A particular point in the game, it was like 7 minutes in. They had a skirmish at bot lane. Apdo was playing Twisted Fate, and he roamed bot, and then his mid laner followed, and the jungles happened to be on the same side of the map. The fight happened, it was a 4v4, the top laners were still in the top lane, and Apdo's team won that fight. After the interaction, after the fight happened, it legit took like 15 seconds for this particular fight. Apdo said on stream, he was like, holy crap, lucky we won that fight, because if we lost that fight, we would have lost the whole game. And I was thinking to myself, how the fuck can you say that? How can you say that you're going to lose the whole game within 7 minutes of it? I was thinking to myself, I remember reading the stat that it was the average game of League of Legends and Korea Challenger lasts 20 minutes. And that's because Korea's like Challenger, they just surrender when they know they're going to lose. So that's the most important thing, is that these little early game fights that happen. And so what you need to do is you need to play safe, and you need to not make any mistakes early to mid game. Don't make any mistakes at all. You don't necessarily have to be good. You don't necessarily have to have the most flashy mechanics or have the most, the best CS. You don't need to hit every single CS. You just need to not make big mistakes around these fights, and you'll naturally find your win rate will start to improve. So be very careful. Be very, very calculative early to mid game. Play safe. Play calculative. Don't play too aggressive. People have this tendency, and I have the same tendency, to want to make plays. You want to do aggressive things. You want to be cool and look flashy and have good mechanics and outplay your enemy. And you want to have the Reddit plays and all that shit. So yeah, that's just the little realization that I had after, the 1,000 hours of replay analysis that I've done after watching Apdo's shit. Because that dude is legit a genius, bro. He is a calculative genius. So I'm going to end this video here. Probably my next video is going to be about how to carry your feed. How to carry your feed? How to carry your teammates even if they're feeding. I've done a video like it in the past, but it's definitely not going to be as good and in-depth and comprehensive as this particular video. And it's going to be way better editing, okay? So keep a lookout for that one. You can like, comment, subscribe if you want to. If you don't want to, that's completely fine. I'll just go fuck myself. Chuck a comment below. Let's get some interactions going. I want to talk to you guys. Have a good day. I love you. Stay beautiful. Shana Docs.